Imagine walking into your local bank, a place you visited 100 times for mundane tasks like depositing checks or withdrawing cash. But today is different because today, the very fabric of global finance is shifting right before your eyes on a seemingly ordinary teller's computer screen. We're talking about the kind of seismic event that financial conspiracy theorists and international currency investors have been whispering about for over a decade. And the epicenter of this earthquake appears to be none other than two of America's most trusted financial pillars, Chase and Wells Fargo. Multiple independent sources from within the banking system are now reporting something that should be absolutely impossible, something that defies every official Forex rate you can find on Google or Reuters. Internal system test screens are displaying live, actionable exchange rates for the Iraqi Dinar at a staggering $5.03 and the Vietnamese Dong at $3.95. Let that number sink in for a moment. $5.03 for a single Iraqi dinar. This isn't a typo, it's not a glitch from a video game, and it's certainly not the official rate of 1,310 dinar to $1 that the Central Bank of Iraq publicly maintains. These are specific, precise figures appearing in the back-end systems of major international banks, the very institutions that would be responsible for facilitating a large-scale currency revaluation, what the community calls the RV. The reason this is so critically important, and why this isn't just another baseless rumor floating around online forums, is the context of where and how this information is emerging. This isn't a screenshot from a dubious anonymous website. These are reports from bank employees, individuals with secure access to the internal banking platforms that the public never gets to see. These platforms, with names like Horizon or ClearTrack, are the digital engines that run the global money movement system, and they are currently undergoing what appears to be final integration testing. Think of it like a soft launch for a new software update. The developers input test data to see if the system can process it correctly before flipping the switch for the entire world. And right now, the test data they are inputting is a dinar rate of $5.03. This is the financial equivalent of a dress rehearsal. And the banks are making sure their systems can handle the new, real-time exchange values before the global public announcement is made.
This process is a standard, albeit highly confidential, procedure in the banking world for any monumental change, especially one of this magnitude that would effectively rewrite the global economic landscape overnight.
The presence of these specific rates, the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong, in the systems of U.S. banks is a deafening signal that the long-anticipated moment of global currency recalibration is not just a pipe dream, but is in its final operational stages. The banks are quite literally getting their digital houses in order, inputting the new currency codes and values into their databases, ensuring that the moment the official word is given from the highest levels of financial governance, think the International Monetary Fund of the U.S. Treasury, every branch, every ATM, every online portal will be synchronized and ready to transact at these new, life-changing rates. This is the tangible proof we've been waiting for, the digital smoke signal that confirms the RV is not a matter of if, but a matter of when. And that when seems to be closer than any of us ever dared to imagine. Now, the immediate and most logical question any rational person would ask is why, if these rates are live in the system, can't we just walk into a Chase branch and demand to exchange our dinars at that $5 rate? The answer to this is the very mechanism that protects the integrity of this unprecedented global financial event and lies in the intricate dance of international compliance and legal protocols that are currently in their final act. What we are witnessing through these screen leaks is the final phase of what has been internally termed the Tier 4B activation window, a pre-release period designed exclusively for a specific group of currency holders before the general public is even aware that a change has occurred. This isn't about keeping the little guy down, it's about preventing absolute chaos. Imagine if every single person who owned dinar or dong suddenly descended upon their local bank all at the same moment. The system would collapse under the sheer weight of the transactions, leading to massive delays, potential security risks, and international economic panic. So the rollout has to be structured, phased, and meticulously managed. This is where the non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs, come into play, creating a veil of silence that is as impenetrable as it is necessary. Bank managers, regional directors, and key operational staff at major financial institutions have been quietly briefed under the strictest legal confidentiality. They have been shown the protocols, they have been trained on the new software interfaces, and they have been legally gagged from speaking a word of it to anyone, friends, family, and especially customers, until a very specific pre-authorized timestamp is reached. This is why when you call your bank and ask them directly about the dinar rate, they will flatly deny it and quote you the official pre-RV rate. They are legally compelled to do so, and their careers and potentially their freedom depend on their adherence to this silence. This also explains the second major piece of corroborating evidence, the quiet, almost clandestine preparation happening at designated international currency exchange centers and certain sovereign wealth fund offices. These are not your typical mall kiosks. These are high-capacity, high-security facilities that handle bulk, international wire transfers, and large-volume currency conversions. Employees at these centers have reported being pulled into unscheduled, mandatory training sessions focused on exotic currency protocols and high-net-worth individual processing, all without any explicit mention of the RV. They are being given new login credentials for upgraded systems. They are practicing with new verification software, and their physical locations are undergoing discrete security upgrades. All of this activity is happening in the background, completely invisible to the average person. But for those who know what to look for, the pattern is unmistakable. It is a global symphony of preparation with every musician, from the teller at Wells Fargo to the analyst at a sovereign wealth fund, practicing their part in silence, waiting for the conductor's baton to drop. That baton is the official announcement from the IMF and the World Bank, confirming the completion of the asset-backed currency reset, an event that will instantly convert these internal test rates into the new global legal tender values. The screens at Chase and Wells Fargo are not the cause, they are the effect. They are the digital proof that the monumental decision has already been made at the highest levels. And what we are living through right now is the final breathless pause before the new financial dawn officially begins. A pause filled not with silence, but with the palpable hum of a global system priming itself for a transformation so vast it will redefine the very concept of wealth. So, where does this leave us, the individuals who have held on to this vision through years of delay, skepticism, and outright mockery? It leaves us at the most critical juncture in the entire history of this investment, a moment that demands not passive waiting, but active and deliberate preparedness, because the window between the official announcement and the mass public realization will be incredibly short, and the actions you take in those first few hours will determine your financial outcome for generations. The transition from these internal test screens to live public trading will not be a slow-rolling news story. It will be a digital flashbulb, an instantaneous update across every financial data feed on the planet, from Bloomberg terminals to the Forex market ticker. And when that happens, the entire world will simultaneously wake up to the new reality, leading to a stampede of unprecedented proportions. Your goal is to be at the very front of that stampede, not caught in the middle of it. This is why the intelligence we are gathering right now from these bank sources is more than just exciting news. It is your strategic blueprint for the days ahead. The first and most immediate step you must take is to have your currency physically secured and impeccably documented. This means knowing the exact series and serial numbers of your notes, having them stored in a secure, fireproof location that is immediately accessible to you, and ensuring you have all your original purchase receipts and any certificates of authenticity neatly organized in a single, dedicated folder. The verification process at the banks and exchange centers will be rigorous, designed to prevent fraud and money laundering, and any delay or discrepancy in your documentation could place you at the back of a very long and stressful queue. Secondly, you must have a meticulously crafted financial plan that goes far beyond simply wanting to be rich. You need to have a clear, hierarchical list of your financial objectives. What debts need to be eliminated immediately, what assets need to be protected through trusts or legal entities, and what philanthropic endeavors you wish to embark upon. Do not walk into that bank appointment without a written plan. The sheer magnitude of the numbers can be overwhelming, and without a clear roadmap, you can make impulsive decisions or fall prey to the countless financial advisors and opportunists who will inevitably emerge. This is the moment to engage a reputable, pre-vetted financial planner or a wealth management attorney who understands the unique nature of this event. Someone you can contact the very hour the news breaks to guide you through the labyrinth of tax implications and asset preservation strategies. Finally, and this is the most crucial call to action I can leave you with, you must become a hub of verified information. The coming days will be filled with a torrent of misinformation, panic, and confusion deliberately seeded to create chaos. Your defense against this is a trusted community. Right now, as you're listening to this, I want you to go down into the comment section below and type the word confirmed if you are ready and if you understand the scale of what is upon us. This is not just a word. It is a signal. It allows us to build a network of aware, prepared individuals who can share real-time, on-the-ground updates. Which bank location is officially processing? Which exchange center has the smoothest procedure? Which financial advisor is proving to be legitimate? We are stronger as a collective than we are as individuals navigating this storm alone. So secure your documents, finalize your plan, and make your presence known. The test screens are lit. The banks are silent but ready. The global reset is no longer a prophecy. It is a pending transaction. Your future is literally being loaded into the system as we speak. Do not be caught unprepared. Get your affairs in order, and I will see you in the comments. The moment we have waited for is here.